Something I like to do that I don't know if you all do is I read the comment section of videos because I find funny stuff there, and I find some things that I can reply to or mention. Sometimes there's debates in comment sections, so I like to get into debates online about basketball. I usually don't argue about anything else. But today, what I wanted to do is read the comment section of the previous 90 Day Fiancé video. So there's some funny comments, and I'll go through those ones, and I'll give my opinions and my thoughts. And what you guys can do is you guys can comment on the comments under this video and give your opinions about whether you agree or whether you disagree with any of them. Thank you for watching this video today, and let's get into it. Before I get into it, though, do you notice that I'm by a white wall? Yes, I'm channeling my inner Bilal. If your name is Shiita, I don't like you and don't come to my country. I don't know how to tell you, but I'm going to try to hurt your feelings any way I know how, and I will demean you in public. So don't come here. I don't like you. The first comment that we have is by Remy the Dime. Muhammad is there to get the green card and start to work and send his family money. That's it. Remy the Dime, I completely agree with you. He doesn't even seem to like Eve. I never see them hug. I don't know if it's part of his religion, though. I don't know if they're not allowed to hug. I don't know if they're not allowed to kiss on camera. But he shows her no affection. He doesn't call her any sweet names. He's just very cold and calculated with what he wants from her, I feel like. And he talks like this, and you can't barely understand what he's saying. He's weird, and I don't like him that much, no. The next comment is from Zama. I think the only thing Thais and Patrick are doing right is putting in effort to learn each other's language. I think Thais and Patrick are one of the first couples that I've seen to actually learn each other's language and to put effort in learning each other's language. Because we saw Imena and Mike, they didn't learn. Imena refused to learn English, and she just said, I'm not learning that language. It's too hard. But you know what? I take that back, because Guillermo and Cara, who are also on the show, we might forget them sometimes. They know each other's language like perfectly well, and that's because we don't care about them that much. That's why they know each other's languages. The next comment is from Zandial Joko. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I apologize. Forgive me. Ari, the comparing. My ex-husband knows me better than my husband. What is she trying to do? Exactly. What is she trying to do? Why is he always there? He's just weird. And she's weird too for enabling it. She needs to tell him, what are you doing? You need to leave. But I don't know. Maybe she's lonely and she's tired of looking at Benny's face and she wants to see somebody else. The next comment is from Piran. God. John is such an insufferable piece of shit. Wouldn't blame Thais at all if she dumped Patrick because of his brother. Thais and Patrick relationship is really weird because Patrick, for some reason, he's super loyal to his brother, and he feels like he has to share everything with his brother. Like, there's no secrets between Thais and Patrick. Whenever Thais questions Patrick about why he tells John things about their relationship, Patrick just says, well, he's my brother. But yeah, we get that he's your brother, but you don't got to tell him everything. It only hurt Thais' reputation towards the world when Patrick told John that she's tracking him. Like, that's something that you didn't need to tell anybody. That's something that you could have went to your grave with. Nobody needs to know that because it doesn't make your partner look good. Your partner who's never met your brother. And what you should do if you're Patrick is build up Thais as positively as possible before she comes to America to meet your brother for the first time. But he's not doing that. He's telling him all the bad things, all the good things about their relationship. And when you're in that kind of relationship, just say the good things. The The family doesn't need to know about the bad things. This comment is from Fiancé. I've read the comments in the last few uploads, and literally no one comments on Guillermo and his girl. It's like they're invisible and no one cares who or remembers them either way. And then somebody commented under that saying, who? And that's exactly how I feel. Who? Guillermo and Cara. The show tries to like push them down our throats, but their relationship is just so boring and we don't really care about them. But they may have the most stable relationship if maybe that's why the show, then maybe that's why we don't remember them, because there isn't much drama. So if there was more drama, then maybe we would remember them, but we just don't. We don't even he watched the show and he just said his girl. Her name's Cara, but Fiancé just put his girl. And I knew who he was talking about. Gladys Yuba. I like Benny, but he is weak. He needs to stand up for himself and tell Leandro and Ari in very clear terms that Leandro has no business with his wedding or his wife's menstrual cycle. Ari would never take this nonsense, so why should he? Benny needs to stop feeling so grateful that he is in the U.S. When you tell yourself as a man that another man isn't going to know about your wife's menstrual cycle, I think you have bigger problems. Because, first of all, why does another man know about your wife's menstrual cycle in the first place? You missed a few steps, and you should have cut it off earlier. It's too late now. He knows, and he probably has the app, and he probably updates the app every week so that he knows when she's fertile or when she's ovulating, so he can come by and just make things awkward. Benny needs to really say something. He really needs to put his foot down, because it got ridiculous this last episode. It really got out of hand with how much she was saying. The next comment is Chelsea Diamond. His music sucks. No way he'll be successful in the USA or anywhere else. Damn, Chelsea. Hard. I think she's talking about Jabri. Jabri's band, the Black Serbs. I've never listened to their music. Probably never will if I'm being honest. But if they listened to it and they said it sucked, then we should believe them. And we probably shouldn't listen to it either, because this person's probably a music critic. And they're saving us time. Thank you, Chelsea, for saving us time. Or Christina Norikovite. Sorry. I strongly dislike Bilal. Yes. He's shady. He's not being straight with Shaida. He redirects all the time, and I've never seen him answer a question. He always answers a question with a question. Well, that's because he doesn't like her. He doesn't like her. He doesn't respect her. He doesn't want her in the country. He doesn't know how to speak to somebody that he doesn't like or respect. And he feels like if he does this, then eventually she'll go away. But as I mentioned in my last video, she's not going anywhere. She loves him. But you're right. You're right, Christina. Because even in the last episode when Shaida, when she said, "Do you have my passport?" And then he said no.
You have my passport, right?
I do not have your passport.
You don't have my passport?
Mm-mm.
Didn't I give you my passport to put away?
Yeah, I put it away.
That means you have it?
No, I don't have it.
Come on.
It's put away.
It's
I don't physically have it, no.
Baby, play with
right
words.
here in the back.
Okay, you have my passport.
And then it just caused like so much stress, because this is somebody whose passport means so much to them in terms of access. That's why I say that he doesn't like her, and he just wants her away from him as far as possible, because he does stuff that's just unnecessary. Like if you look back at the last episode, at the beginning of the episode, when they're getting ready for yoga, he's laying on the bed and he's just so mad. He's just so sad as well. Like,
Are you tired?
A little bit.
Ever since Atlanta, you could feel the tension and the energy is quite sour. When Billard gets upset, he stays quiet. He don't look you in your face. And then after you start feeling all the negative vibes. It's just not what I envision my marriage life will be like. And try not to think about the elephant in the room, the prenup. Seeing that the kids are here, probably all of us could do something. I mean, there's actually nice blue skies outside. I can't make that go to waste, right? What do you think about us doing something like yoga?
Yoga.
Like, like this woman is the bane of his existence. It's just Shaida just needs to leave. I'm sorry. She doesn't have it good there. It's a nice house, but that's a dark cloud in that house, and it's inside the house too. It's not even above the house. It's like inside the house, and it's just always raining on her. All her clothes are wet. Her socks are wet too, which is the worst. Cooking with, and then this is a different language. I can't pronounce it. I apologize. Jabri wants to marry an entrepreneur. What? I agree. Jabri brings somebody to the USA, a country that really, really doesn't want illegal immigrants to work. It just doesn't make any sense because you guys need to get married first. And even if you guys are married, like people are saying in the comments, you guys got to pretend for TV. Like you can't just say this is not the same Miona that I was with in Serbia and she was an entrepreneur and everything. First of all, your city sucks. She's not inspired by your city. She looks outside and she sees cows and farmland, and she's a makeup artist. She's not inspired to make makeup videos if she sees cows all day. She needs to see beautiful women walking around, and she needs to see people walking around in order for her to feel inspired to even want to be an entrepreneur. But you, that's a different video. I'm not going to get into Jabri because he gets way too much credit for not being a piece of garbage like he is. People overlook his level of selfishness and his level of just, I don't want to say he's unkind, but he is kind of unkind if you think about it like really deeply towards Miona, because he's one of the worst Americans on the show, and Emily and Bilal get all the hate while Jabri just skates through because everyone thinks that Miona is doing something bad by just wanting a nice wedding. He's a piece of garbage. And he can't make up his own mind either. But I'm going to get into that in another video. I'll talk about Jabri. Cora Cat says, I hope Ari's storyline is staged and Leandro is there just to add some drama. Because if it's not, I'm worried about Leandro's mental health. Leandro acts like he's mentally... Leandro acts like he's mentally disadvantaged. I need to do that again. That's cold. But I agree. Leandro's a weirdo. Leandro is just a weird guy. And I don't know if he's been on earlier seasons of 90 Day Fiancé, but he's just odd, the things he says. And I don't know why he would want to be around them at a time like that. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you there? You need to leave. But I said that earlier. Leandro's just weird. This one's from Stargazer86. Ariella telling the story about Albert Einstein is literally grasping at straws to sound relevant in the show. Benny not having a clue who Einstein shows his simple-mindedness and how they are two vastly different people. You're right. I wouldn't call Benny a simple-minded man because a simple-minded man doesn't own that many T-shirts with the Ethiopian flag on it. He knows what he's doing when he goes shopping. He has a goal in mind. Ethiopian colors down to the socks. But yeah, that was the grasping at straws story, and she should have not said anything. This comment is from Lutfaya Ali. Lufaya Ali. Everyone hating on Bilal. Yes, he has some major flaws. However, Shaida isn't the innocent, sweet lady she wants us to believe. I mean, she wouldn't have an issue signing a prenup had Bilal not been a wealthy guy. I think she would have packed her bags and left weeks ago had she been living in his old house. Her actions spoke volumes on that very first day she arrived in the States. She's all about flashy cars, big houses, money. Bilal has a right to protect his assets for himself and his kids. Sign the damn prenup and build your life together thereafter if you say it's love. Also, we've never seen her without any makeup on the show. Never. Shows she ain't comfortable in her own skin too. I disagree. And I disagree with this because Bilal's a piece of garbage, first of all. If Bilal lived in that old house, then he wouldn't have been with her in the first place because he's a flashy guy. And if you remember in the first episode when we meet the ex-wife even mentions you're on Facebook and social media flashing all your stuff.
Really just through social media.
Brother, I know you be on Facebook flexing and all that other stuff.
I really don't.
Yeah, you really
Not
do.
so much.
So
I disagree with your point about she's all about flashy houses, flashy cars and big houses. Because what she says in the first episode or the second episode, whenever they go to the house, she says, if this is where I have to live, then we have to fix it up. And she's about fixing it up with Bilal, and she's about not going anywhere. And Bilal did that because he doesn't like her and he wants her to leave. Sign the damn. And Bilal has a right to protect his assets for himself and his kids. His kids will grow up and have their own life. And to an extent, it's his job to protect his assets for his kids. But the person that you choose to marry also needs your assets as well if you choose to marry that person. That person isn't marrying you to be left out in the cold when you die. Like, that person is giving their life to you and you're giving your life to that person. So when you die, the kids can't just get everything because these might be big 40-year-old kids and they've had time to build their own life. Your assets or part of your assets should go to the person that you decide to build your life with. And if Bilal is serious about building his life with Shaida, he needs to start including her into the phrasing of what I have is for us instead of what I have is for my kids and me. Because automatically he's cutting her out of the equation. So it's like, why am I even getting married to you if you don't even care about me like that? And the makeup point, she wears makeup because she wants to at the end of the day. I mean, we can't hate on women who wear makeup. Because if she didn't wear makeup, then people get at her calling her ugly. And you don't want to take that kind of abuse from millions of people. But you damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you wear makeup, then people get at you. If you don't wear makeup, people say how you're ugly and you're her and how you need to wear makeup. Oh, she has big followers on Instagram, but she can't buy a foundation. No, you don't want that. The next comment's from Diddy Bo. Muhammad is a living red flag. You're right, Muhammad's a living red flag. He definitely is. Especially with the first. Yeah, he is a living red flag. Muhammad's just a weird guy. He's just he's an odd character. I don't like Muhammad. I think that Muhammad he's definitely using her for the green card, but she doesn't realize it. For some reason, she thinks that he loves her, but we haven't seen that at all this season. We've never even seen him say that he loves her, have we? Let me know in the comments if he actually says "I love you, Eve" at any point, because I don't remember it. Yeah, he's just odd. He's just a weird guy. He is a living red flag. You're right. The next comment's from Heather Bembini. Can Leandro disappear? Why is he always hanging around? Does he not have a life or something? No, Leandro doesn't have a life. If you look up where they live, right, in New Jersey, he lives in the vents in their apartment building. And what he does is he crawls into the vents. He watches Ari from the vents. And he just tracks her menstrual cycle on the Clue app. When they leave the house, he comes out of the vent and he eats what they have in their refrigerator. Tembi Madway. Hate is a strong word, and I hate Bilal. I agree with you. I wouldn't say I hate him, but he is a piece of garbage, and I stand by your statement. He's not a nice person, and I think him not being a nice person runs deeper than him not sure about their relationship. Like, he's actually like not a nice person. Like, I don't think that he could be a nice person to anybody. I think that he just has something in his childhood or something in his past that just turns people off of him. This is why he can never find love. The next comment is from Luna Vivka. What is so bad about a cute little beach wedding? I don't understand why this is such a huge deal for Jabri and his family. It's like he is finding anything tiny to nitpick and running with that. I find it intolerable his family pushing this agenda and not letting Miona to have a beach wedding. Wouldn't compromise be having the small quaint beach weather, saving money on the venue for one, etc. Jabri is a piece of garbage. Like I said earlier, I'm going to get into that in a later video. But Jabri and his family are all, well, not the grandmother. Jabri listens to whoever he heard from last. And that's why they're not having a beach wedding. If they lived together, then they would have a beach wedding. But Jabri's mother and his father get into his head and they change his mind. And when you change his mind, he believes that he thought of what they told him to think of. Like, he thinks that, oh, this is my idea, what I'm thinking of right now, but it's actually implanted. And that's what's wrong with Jabri. Those are the comments. Thank you to everybody who commented. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a safe weekend. And wherever you are in the world, start putting a flag in your emoji where you are in the world so that for one, we could learn something. And for two, we can know where you are in the world if you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, just make up something and start lying. Because there's no rules on the internet. You can lie about anything you want. All right, take care and see you on Sunday.